Hello dear students, welcome once again to this agriculture lesson. My name is Timon Athoo. Last time we were able to define market and marketing, and we were also able to look at the various market situations or types of markets, and there were four if you can remember. There was perfect market, there was monopoly, there was oligopoly, and there was monopsony. Today and right now I want us to get ahead to look at the various marketing functions and services, and I want to welcome you to this lesson. Now, marketing functions and services, as we said when we were defining marketing, we said that the processes and activities that are involved in the flow of goods from the producer to the eventual consumer, and there are a number of them. One is buying and assembling. This is basically putting together produce from one farm or even many farms, so that once they are put together, the logistics of transportation, the logistics of selling them becomes easier. Number two, we have selling. Selling is the presentation of the goods to the consumers for eventual buying. And this will involve displaying the goods so that they can be seen, and setting the price. You can put a tag on each good, or bargaining, because there are some goods where there is bargaining allowed in the process of agreeing on the price. So selling is usually complete when the buyer accepts the goods and pays for them. The third marketing function is transportation and distribution. In a number of cases, producers will have to transport or move their goods to the consumers so that the consumers can get them within easy reach and in good time before probably they get bad, because most agricultural products are perishable. The fourth marketing function is packing. Packing refers to the putting of the produce into containers. These containers could be boxes, could be crates, could be sacks, could be chans, or any other suitable container. The reason for packing or putting this produce into containers is to protect the goods from damage, to protect them from bad weather, to protect them from theft, and even adulteration. That means contamination. Packing also facilitates quantification of the produce or products. That means you put them in smaller quantities or weights that are easy to handle. You can talk about in kilograms or in liters, or such like. It's a very important thing. We know that probably like tomatoes will be put in crates, yes. Maize will be put in sacks, milk can be put in chans, and so on and so forth for those particular reasons. The fifth marketing function is storage. Storage means you're putting this product within some enclosed space for some period of time. And why do we need to store? We store them so that this produce is available between two harvest seasons, and also to protect the produce against pests and even bad weather. Remember, most agricultural produce are produced seasonally. Agricultural products are seasonal. You could be harvesting maize probably in January or February, and the next harvest is likely to be maybe in July or August, and in between there will be need for constant supply. So storage ensures that there is continuous supply of that particular product in the market. And you can also store so that you await for the best prices. When the prices are likely to be high, that is when you will avail them for sale. The sixth marketing activity or function is processing. Processing means change of form. You change the form of a produce so that it is more usable or it is more acceptable. For example, you can process tea leaves so that you can make tea, the beverage that can now be usable in the homestead. Or you process the pyrethrum flowers into the pyrethrin products, the insecticides that are more usable. Processing helps to increase the shelf life of a given produce, like milk that is ultra treated can now survive for 6 months without going bad. So processing helps to improve or increase the shelf life, the longevity of the product. Processing may help to improve the flavor so that the product probably is more tasty. You can grind maize into flour, that makes it probably grade 1 and grade 2, that is more tasty kind of. You can process milk into yogurt and add the flavor and so on and so forth. And also processing helps to reduce bulkiness so that the products are occupying a smaller space. The seventh agricultural marketing service or function is advertisement. Now, advertisement is the art of informing, educating, and stimulating the consumer on a particular product. You make the consumers aware of the existence of that particular product and persuade that particular consumer or buyer to purchase this particular good at the expense of others. Remember, you may not be the only seller in a particular market, so you must create an awareness and persuade buyers to buy from you at the expense of others. So advertisement is a very important marketing function. Number 8 is grading and standardization. Grading, as we learned much earlier, is the sorting of products or produce into lots in terms of their quality. The indices of for grading include the size. You can sort out your tomatoes according to their sizes, or the degree of ripeness. You can do that to tomatoes or even avocados. You can grade them according to shape, the flavor, the length of staple. Like when you talk about wool from sheep, you can grade them in terms of the length of staple. That is grading. You put them in different groups so that you can even sell them at different prices, sell them to different buyers who may want different qualities. Standardization, on the other hand, is the establishment of uniformity in quality and even quantity of a product. And in Kenya, standardization is done by Kenya Bureau of Standards, so that when you sell your product, the consumers get value for their money. And the other reason for standardization is to ensure that these products are safe when they eventually reach the consumers. They are healthy and safe for them. The next marketing function is packaging. Packaging is almost related to packing, but packaging is the wrapping of produce using some material to make it more presentable to the consumer. And this wrapping helps to protect the produce from contamination and theft. And it also makes handling of the products very easy and convenient. Like when you package milk in packets, it's very easy to handle. It also makes measurement, labeling, and attachment of sales instructions and descriptions very easy. You want to tell the consumers how probably to use that particular product if they are first timers. The next marketing function is market research. This involves the collection and analysis of information about the market in terms of price trends, so that you determine where best to buy and even where best to sell, so that you get the best prices. The next is financing. Financing means you allocate funds to the various marketing activities. Transportation will require some funding. Advertisement will require some funding. Packaging materials are bought, so they require some funds. So you must allocate funds, and that is called financing. And the very last is bearing of risks. We understand that every process, even in marketing, involves some risks. And that may lead to a loss if not taken care of. So you take precautions against those risks, probably by insuring, so that even like the vehicles used during transportation are insured, and the produce also insured, so that in case of anything you can. Now, in the marketing of agricultural products, there are some challenges, though you can call them problems, or there are challenges that are involved in marketing of agricultural products. For example, number one, we have bulkiness. Most agricultural products occupy a lot of space. They are bulky. Most of them are perishable, so perishability is a problem. Seasonality, they are produced in particular seasons, and it's a challenge. Storage will be a challenge in terms of the spaces available, and some may require specialized storage, like fish. You may need to have cold storage conditions. There's lack of market information as a challenge. Most people may not know much about the markets and their trends. Changes in market demands. There's poor transport system. Most of our road networks may be poor, especially in the rural areas where most agricultural production takes place. There's delayed payments by marketing agents and competition from cheap imports like sugar. There is multiple taxation. These are some of the problems that generally affect the marketing process. And there are a number of solutions suggested that can help overcome these challenges that we've talked about. You can join cooperative societies. Farmers can be properly educated. Establishment of agro-based industries, regulation of importation of agricultural products, diversification can help, proper market research, and even harmonization of taxation. I want to say thank you very much for listening to me. In our next lesson, we shall continue looking at probably the demand and supply. Thank you very much. God bless you.